It was supposed to be another routine morning at Robyn Brown's Flagstaff home. A small crew from TLC had stopped by to film what they assumed would be some quiet, everyday material for a future recap show. Robyn reclined in her plush leather sectional, enjoying her standard-issue herbal tea in the living room as the cameras rolled in silence. What they recorded was anything but ordinary, however. Robyn, unaware that she still had a live microphone, was midway through a phone conversation with her older sister, Kendra. At first, her tone was demure and day-to-day, but suddenly it grew more acidy, more cutting. In a sneering swish of her tea, Robyn snarled, "Cody's still acting like he's devastated about the finances. Seriously? He initialed the reorganization, and Janelle still thinks she legally owns Coyote Pass. It's just pathetic." A producer set up just out of frame, stuck. Finally, back to reality recap. Don't forget to hit that like button because what we're about to reveal will blow the lid off the Sister Wives franchise. Did Robyn just admit on a hot mic that she and Cody planned the reorganization that sidelined Mary and Janelle? Robyn's tone soured even further. "I just want them gone," she sneered, her voice dripping with passive-aggressive venom. "God have mercy on their souls, but they can't even take care of their children, their relationships, or their finance." She laughed to herself, a cold, derisive laugh. The production team knew at once. This was not a catty comment. This was a bombshell. Back in TLC's post-production offices, editors marked the footage at once. It wasn't gossip, it was calculated manipulation on camera, and it went straight against everything Robyn had been presenting to viewers all these years. The loyal wife, the peacemaker martyr, the compassionate outcast. In a matter of moments, the victim cover story had burst wide open. Producers torn behind the scenes. Do they risk airing the tape and face the legal fallout, or keep it under wraps to protect the franchise's most polarizing personality? It was taken out of their hands. A junior editor who was outraged at what she'd witnessed posted the tape to a gossip blogger. By morning, #RobynExposed and #SisterWives scandal were trending on Twitter, YouTube, and Reddit. The fallout begins. Janelle heard about the video first, courtesy of her son Logan. She sat alone in her rental home, feeling like she'd been punched in the gut. 10 excruciating minutes passed before she could answer her phone again. Mary, meanwhile, was in Utah for a business retreat when the video went viral. Her first reaction? Laughter. But it soon turned to sobs. All those years of making excuses for Robyn's behavior, thinking she was just being naive or confused, were stripped away instantly. That night, Mary posted an ominous passage on Instagram. "A wolf in sheep's clothing is still a wolf, even if she cried." The comments exploded. Fans knew exactly who it was aimed at. Cody's silent collapse. Cody didn't fall apart because of Robyn's comment. He fell apart from how quickly everything unraveled. When producers showed him the footage, he brushed it off, trying to spin it. "You're twisting her words," he said, visibly angry. But inside, he was livid. Robyn had made him look like a fraud. Her offhand remark, to pretend as though he'd been devastated, cut more deeply than any slur ever could. There was tension at their home, not emotional, physical. Cody slept in the spare room. He couldn't even look Robyn in the eye. Even her children felt the tension. Aurora, generally tight-lipped and intensely loyal, actually challenged her on television. "Mom, why did you say that?" she wept. "When you tell you love the family, do you even mean that?" In a departure from norm, Dayton, who loved staying under the radar in recent times, broke his silence. "People are just finally seeing who my mom really is," he told the production team. When the cameras stopped rolling, that's not really her. The confessional that broke the internet. Days later, another clip emerged, one which had not yet been broadcast, a season 18 confessional by Robyn. Her voice was cold but bitter as it went viral on social media. "I just want Christine to stop ruining everything. I want Mary to release. I want Janelle to finally understand she never fit in." It wasn't merely another Robyn moment. It was the passing of the illusion. "I wish." It was the beginning of nearly every sentence Robyn said in the new leaked video, but each time it was seeping with condescension, masquerading as concern. The passive aggression the fans had been speculating about for years wasn't hidden anymore. It was blatant. As soon as the video aired during a behind-the-scenes truth reveal bonus episode, fans lost it. Comment threads across all media were filled with outrage. "She's not crying anymore. She's calculating." This is what a narcissist sounds like when she she doesn't know the mic is still on. Robyn's carefully built facade was destroyed overnight. Public outrage was both immediate and brutal. Under growing pressure, TLC finally released a statement. Our goal is to depict the reality of our cast members' lives. In the spirit of transparency, never-before-seen footage has been verified and will be incorporated into upcoming content. That was it, the final straw. No more filtering Robyn's tears through soft light and sympathetic edits. The mask had slipped. All that remained was her raw, unedited truth, and it shocked even the network. The Aftermath, a spin-off like no other. In response, TLC premiered a new special, Unscripted: The Truth Behind Sister Wives, a 3-part spin-off dedicated to exposing what had really happened behind closed doors. Robyn declined to appear. Cody hesitated, but Mary and Janelle, they were ready. You want the truth? Mary told producers. We lived it, and we're prepared to share every painful, manipulative, and heartbreaking piece of it. And then Christine came back. Christine's return, a red-bloused reckoning. The air in Flagstaff hung heavy with tension as filming began. The set was intentionally bare. No cozy background, no emotional cushion, just a sterile stage and 3 women with nothing left to hide. Mary was already seated, calm but coiled, like a lioness waiting for the right moment. Beside her, Janelle sat rigid, arms crossed hard, jaw clenched. Then Christine appeared. In a bold red blouse, she radiated tough confidence. This was not the Christine of earlier seasons. This was a woman reborn, a woman who had found her voice and wasn't afraid to use it. The host welcomed her warmly. Christine, thanks for appearing on. I know this wasn't in your initial plan. Christine smiled tightly. No, it wasn't. Then I saw the video. The entire set went quiet. Even the crew edged in a little closer. The part where she called Janelle pathetic, where she mocked Cody's fake devastation. That did it for me. I knew I couldn't stay quiet any longer. Though her hands trembled slightly in her lap, Christine's voice was level, controlled. For years, I was led to think that I was the problem. Too emotional, too independent, too afraid to follow. But I was not the one deceiving the family and playing victim. She turned to Mary and Janelle. We all tied ourselves in knots, attempting to be fair. But fairness died the day Cody walked out of Robyn's home and never came back. Mary brushed away a tear. Janelle nodded slightly, but definitively. Then Christine's poise gave way to fire. Robyn wielded her tears, and we did, and we made it happen. But when I watched her sipping tea and mocking Janelle's bank account, that was her. No editing, no producers feeding lines, just the real Robyn finally breaking through. The question that shut down the set. The host paused, then asked what was on everyone's mind. Christine, if Robyn were standing here right now, what would you say to her? Without hesitation, Christine looked straight ahead. You lied to yourself, to us, and to our children. You clung to the wreckage of this family like a lifeline, but you're the one who swung the sledgehammer. And don't pretend the collapse was an accident. You needed it to fall apart because a united family was a threat to your control. The room was stunned. Even Mary gasped. Overwhelmed, Janelle reached out and took Christine's hand. She never wanted sister wives, Janelle whispered. She only cared about Cody, and she got him at the expense of all of us. When the kids finally spoke, as part of the special, TLC had secured exclusive interviews with some of the adult Brown children, and they didn't hold back. Gabriel, Janelle's son, spoke directly to the camera. My mom tried. She really did. But Robyn always managed to turn Dad against her. We saw it happening. It wasn't subtle. Askin's daughter Aspen spoke up. Robyn would say she only wanted peace. But behind the scenes, she was pulling string, manipulating stories undefined. We used to say they were her passive-aggressive wishes, and that's exactly what they were. Tears flowed freely down Savannah's face as she sat mutely on the interview couch. Janelle's youngest child fought to keep her voice even, but the pain was new. All we ever wanted was to be treated the same, but Robyn made sure only her children received that version of Dad. And then, out of nowhere, Cody showed up. Dirty and alone, he appeared on the set an hour after the women's taping was completed. His shirt was wrinkled, his curls pulled back hastily, his eyes bloodshot from sleepless nights or tears. He sat down across from the 3 women he once called his wives. Silence hung thick. The moderator cleared his throat. Cody, you've seen the video, the one with Robyn's remarks. What's going through your mind? Cody looked down. He stayed silent for a long, uncomfortable beat. I didn't want to believe it, he finally admitted. Even when I saw her, I excused her. But the thing is, she lied. Not just about Janelle, about almost everything. Janelle widened her eyes. Mary opened her mouth in shock. Cody continued, cracking voice. She told me she was being attacked, that the others resented her, that I had to take sides. I didn't even know I already had. Christine cut in, tone soft but acidic. Now? Cody let out a heavy sigh, defeated. Now? I don't even know whom I married. After the cameras stopped rolling, unraveling. For the first time in years, Christine, Mary, and Janelle stood together, off camera, united, unfiltered. There was no Cody, no Robyn, no scripted line, just truth. Mary turned to them. "We let her write the story for too long." "Not anymore," Janelle said. Christine nodded. "Let their lies destroy them. We've told our truth, and now the world knows it too." With fire in their hearts and freedom on their faces, the three women walked out of the studio into the blazing Arizona sunlight. Together, strong, done. The live stream no one asked for. 3 days later, while the internet still buzzed with clips from Unscripted, the truth behind Sister Wives, Robyn Brown re-emerged. She didn't go through TLC. She did not hire a PR firm. She Instagrammed live, out of her bedroom. No makeup, puffy eye, trembling voice. The reactions were swift and brutal. "Let me guess. More tears, no apology. You lied. We saw it. It's over." Robyn sniffled and stared into the camera. "I don't even know where to start," she talked in a whispery voice. "I'm getting attacked by women I loved, by my husband's exes, by the world." Then she changed gears. Her voice climbed. "Volume on that video? They keep posting that. It was edited. It was a personal moment. TLC edited it to portray me as the villain." She put a hand over her chest in shock. "I always tried to be peaceful. I loved Mary. I tried with Christine. I loved Janelle. But they ostracized me. They said horrible things about my children. They made me feel worthless." Anger replaced sadness as she sneaked in nearer to the camera. "These are an attack campaign, a coordinated assault. They're using social media, TLC, even the fans, to punish me. All for loving me more, Cody. I didn't want to be the favorite." The internet responds. Her live stream garnered over 2 million views within less than 12 hours. However, the sympathy she so clearly needed, evidently, it never happened. Trailers of her blaming editors, never once offering an apology to Mary or Janelle, made it big on YouTube. Recap creators broke down each blink, each tear, each breath, followed by the true bombshell from her own home. The children speak again. On the same day, a fresh TikTok page showed up, at the truth from inside. Fans soon learned it was Robyn's teenage daughter, Robyn Brown. The first video was dark and grainy, silent at first. Then came a voice recording, Robyn's voice. "If TLC tries to air anything bad about me, I'll just cry on camera again. That's what people want. Undefined. They'll never betray me." Fans were stunned. Undefined. The clip was recorded 3 weeks before the scandal broke. But Brianna wasn't alone. Aurora uploaded the second video. She sat on the camera, dressed in a sweatshirt, hands folded in her lap, looking distinctly uneasy. "It was Aurora. I can't pretend anymore, like I love my mom," she whispered. Behind the scenes, she says so many horrible things about Christine, about Mary, even about Cody sometimes. But when they turn on the cameras, she's a different person. "I don't even know who the real her is anymore." The video went viral, and poof, Robyn disappeared. Her Instagram was wiped clean. No new posts, no comments, no apologies. In a matter of a day, her entire emotional livestream was deleted. Then, in a subtle but strong move, TLC removed the Family Peacemaker title from Robyn's official cast bio. Producers later admitted in a behind-the-scenes leak, "We gave her every chance." But when your own children start speaking out, that's not editing. That's the truth, exposing the lie. Then came another bombshell. In the final seconds of the reunion special, an unaired moment showed Cody talking privately to a producer, unaware his microphone was still on. "She lied to me too," he muttered. "I don't know how I'll come back from this. I'm not even sure I do." Once clinging to Robyn for dear life, Cody now stood by himself, lost in the ruins of all that he'd ignored. Lastly, TLC cameras followed Christine, Mary, and Janelle to Christine's home in Utah for one last full-circle moment. They laughed, they wept, they toasted to truth. "We spent years looking for Cody's validation," Mary softly spoke. "All while Robyn spun her web." "Not anymore," Janelle cracked a smile. Christine clinked glasses. "To peace, to freedom, to us." Then came the announcement. At 6 a.m., weeks after the viral pandemonium, TLC dropped a press release. A new era dawned. "Sister Strong," it read. A post-polygamy journey with Mary Brown, Christine Brown, Janelle Brown, and their grown children. No Cody, no Robyn, no spin. Just the women who endured and now thrive. It wasn't Sister Wives. It was a retooling. This new series promised to jeopardize authenticity, recovery, and never-before-heard secrets. Each episode would spotlight Janelle's path to financial independence with support from her sons, Mary's emotional recovery and reawakening after years of manipulation, Christine's new life with David Woolley and her advocacy for women in spiritually toxic marriages, and most explosively, candid interviews from the adult children, finally free to speak without fear. But just when fans thought Robyn was gone for good. She resurfaced, this time not on Instagram. She appeared in court. Robyn Brown filed a $3.5 million lawsuit against TLC. Her attorneys claimed defamation, emotional distress, and breach of contract. She grumbled about the tapes making her seem inhuman when she was just overwhelmed. Cody soon came aboard as a co-plaintiff, claiming damage to their marriage and reputation. TLC's legal response was quick and biting. Robyn, they maintained, had signed full releases on all footage, including never-aired material. And worse, they released internal emails where Robyn had directed producers to redo her confessionals for greater emotional effect, instructed them to depict the other wives as jealous and non-cooperative, demanded no scenes be filmed of her with Cody's kids unless they were upbeat. The court was unimpressed. Robyn showed up for the preliminary hearing wearing a gray cardigan, shaking visibly. No makeup, no put-together look. The carefully crafted image of the demure wife destroyed. It all unraveled in real time. Robyn broke down in tears as the judge asked a pointed question during the hearing. If you're being defamed, why have your own daughters posted conflicting statements online? Robyn stammered. They don't understand. Christine's manipulating them. But the judge cut her off. Ma'am, your children are adults. They posted on their own. TLC isn't your issue. That's reality. Silence fell over the courtroom. Cody sat in row 2, face buried in his hand. The silence was shattered on national television. When the lawsuit didn't work out, TLC had a 2-hour live premiere of Sister Strong, during which time Christine, Janelle, and Mary answered fans' questions in real time. One fan asked, "Do you think Robyn really feels bad for what she did?" Christine blinked, not. "I think Robyn regrets getting caught." Mary was tight-lipped but quick-witted. "You can't lie forever. Truth will find its teeth one day." Janelle spoke her mind. No lies were told by her to us. She lied to Cody, to the kids, to America. Robyn's final public shame. 3 weeks later, Robyn was spotted alone, leaving a Flagstaff grocery store after doing some shopping. No glam crew, no camera crew, just big sunglasses and a worn hoodie. A paparazzo came up to ask if she would appeal, and she snarled, "There's nothing left to fight for. It's over." Fans referred to it as the fall of Queen Robyn. Nationwide Reddit posts, "Robyn's house of cards has collapsed," and "We owe Christine an apology." Both tallied tens of thousands of upvotes. Even some former fans switched allegiance. Cody's final confession. Weeks after, Cody shared his last TLC interview. He looked skinnier, exhausted, ashamed. "I was misled," he admitted, "but I let it happen. I avoided the women who gave up everything for me, and I did it all for an idea of love that never existed in the first place." He paused and wiped his eye. This time, not for the camera. No acting, no apology, just, "I'm sorry." The women rise. Sister Strong shattered streaming records on TLC's platform. Janelle launched a non-profit to empower women escaping toxic spiritual marriages, focusing on financial literacy and independence. Mary quietly began dating again, a Utah-based novelist and therapist who encouraged her to begin writing her memoir. Christine and David expanded their blended family and began hosting spiritual retreats for polygamy survivors. The final scene of the premiere captured the 3 women standing together in a sunlit desert meadow, the wind in their hair. "We lost everything," Christine said. "But now we're free," Janelle added. "And finally," Mary smiled, "we're whole. The book no one asked for." Robyn disappeared from public life for nearly 2 months. No interviews, no Twitter, just silence. Then the leak. Publishing industry insiders revealed that Robyn had written a memoir, The Sacred Heart, My Truth as a Sister Wife, to be published in the fall. The promotional blurb called it a spiritual journey of betrayal, motherhood, and agony through being misinterpreted. Large print ads showed Robyn holding a dented Book of Mormon, her eyes shining with gentle sorrow. The slogan read, "I gave everything they accused me of." The market had long since passed on. Remember, even before the book made it to bookshelves, it was burned online. She's making money off victimhood now, undefined. Another chapter in tears, lies, and revisionist history. I guarantee chapter 3 is called I Gaslit Everyone But Still Got a Mansion. Sacred lie and #gaslight. Gospel trended in real-time. Advanced readers cemented the worst. In her book, Robyn blamed TLC editing for the scandals, accused Christine of spiritual sabotage, claimed she was emotionally abused by Mary, said Janelle only stayed for financial gain, and most shockingly, suggested that her own daughters had been manipulated by external forces. But then Kendra opened up. Robyn's older sister, who had said nothing in the midst of the family breakdown, had finally reached her breaking point. A few days after Robyn's book was published, the silence was broken from a source no one anticipated: her own family. Robyn's older sister Kendra posted an uncut 12-minute video on YouTube entitled Robyn Brown, My Sister, Her Deceptions and the Truth. It wasn't cut, it wasn't scripted, it was real and painful. I love my sister, Kendra described softly, but I watched her lie. I witnessed her fabricate a tale in which she was the hero and everyone else, the villains. It wasn't real. Kendra's voice trembled. She pushed away tears, utilizing them as strength. She betrayed them. She betrayed her children, and once the world no longer believed her, she betrayed them as well. She ended with an ominous threat. If Robyn tells you a tale in which she is the victim, ask her who she blamed last year. It's never her. 3 days, and the video had amassed over 4.6 million views. Then the daughters materialized. Aurora and Brianna had been quiet until their mother's book launch, but after seeing the early chapters, where Robyn had spoken about their behavior as disloyal and influenced by outside forces, they had fired live on Instagram. Aurora spoke first. Her voice was trembling, but her words were clear. My mother doesn't get to tell my story. I wasn't being unfaithful. I just finally saw the truth. Then Brianna continued. We loved her. We tried to believe her, but she turned us against everybody. We were kids and we got manipulated. We're not broken. We're just not blind anymore. The stream set records. Over 2.3 million people watched live. Millions more were trapped in the replay. TLC listened. Aurora and Brianna recognized the seriousness of their voices, and TLC invited them to be guests in a one-night special presentation. From Our Perspective, the voices of Robyn Brown's daughter. The program was aired in prime time. There was no spotlight, no music, just 2 daughters on a simple couch with journals, letters, and unedited family photos from the past 15 years. Aurora spoke a sorrowful memory. Mom told us once, don't listen to what they say about me. They just want to hurt us. Be loyal, don't ask questions. Brianna read from a diary entry she had written as a teenager after they had moved to Flagstaff. Mom says Christine is jealous and threatening, but I just don't understand. Christine always smiles at us. She never seems frightening. The 2 girls did more than talk their truth. They grieved the childhood they lost in the process. Shot of Robyn's final whisper. The day after the special aired, Robyn left a solitary sentence on her Instagram story before deactivating the app altogether. Even if the world turns my kids against me, I will always love them. It was her last public statement. No press tour, no interviews, no legal moves. Just silence. The women respond, unapologetic and united. In a follow-up episode of Sister Strong, Christine, Mary, and Janelle gathered at a retreat they co-hosted in southern Utah. The theme, Taking Back Your Narrative. When asked about Robyn's book and the daughter's special, Mary answered quietly, You only get so much time to lie. Eventually, truth gets heard. Janelle nodded. I'm proud of Brianna and Aurora. It takes courage to walk through manipulation and still stand. Christine, tearful but proud, smiled. They didn't just survive what Robyn created. They're building something new, and we'll stand behind them the whole way. The end of an era. In the final scene, the camera lingered on a bookshelf in Christine's home. Between the photos of children and grandchildren lay one single copy of Robyn's memoir. There was a yellow sticky note on it, scribbled in Janelle's handwriting. Fiction. Off camera, Christine's soft laughter cut across the silence. Then Mary spoke. Let's move forward. The screen went black. Robyn's final hope. 6 months elapsed. Her book had failed. Her daughters had spoken. TLC had gone on to other things. But Robyn wasn't done yet. She came back, stealthily opening up a new YouTube channel. Living in Love, Robyn Brown, and my path to truth. The aesthetic was gentle. Pastel-colored backgrounds, flower arrangements, calming piano soundscapes. The branding was strongly centered on forgiveness, faith, and taking back peace. But the question was, would anyone still hear her? The banner on Robyn Brown's new YouTube channel showed her with a soft, artificial smile and an unspecified inspirational quote. "Time is of the essence, and I'm prepared to share mine." But the comment section told a different story. More fake tears, less Bible verses. The camera doesn't lie, Robyn. The internet had no more patience. Her first video, a tearful and heavily staged 12-minute monologue titled, "They All Left Me," received 900,000 views in a day, but also 112,000 dislikes. Her voice trembled, her gestures were forced, and her message was shaky. "I just want people to see me. Not the version they've edited, the real me." But then came the fatal mistake, the upload that would destroy whatever credibility she had left. 2 nights later, Robyn attempted to post a behind-the-scenes vlog about her journaling and video setup. Instead, she mistakenly uploaded 45-plus minutes of private voicemails, voice memos, and screen recordings. Raw, uncut, devastating. She deleted the video in 38 minutes, but it was already too late. Fans had recorded and spread it across every platform. The internet never forgets. The voicemails told a completely different story. In one message to Cody, Robyn's voice was angry, panicked, even desperate. "You promised to protect me. You can't just walk away now. You let them destroy me. After everything I gave you. I gave you your image. I stayed silent while those women mocked me on national TV. And now you're sleeping in some apartment while I rot in this house under surveillance? You're a coward. Fix this, or I'll make sure TLC hears my side." Her voice wasn't trembling or tearful. It was cold, calculating, disturbed. Then came the voicemail to TLC producers, a thinly veiled threat. "I find it interesting that so much of my unedited footage made it into the final cut. I know what the contract says. But if this is how you're planning to erase me, you'll be hearing from more than a lawyer. I built this. I was the most loyal. My tears sold your ratings, you know that. Don't act like Christine's the only one with dirt. I've got receipts too." And finally, the most disturbing clip of all, an audio diary entry recorded on her phone. "Everyone hates me now, even my kids. If they won't believe me, then what? Maybe I should fake a breakdown, something huge, or maybe pretend I forgive them. Would TLC notice again?" Her voice cracked. "I should have been safe." TLC issued one final statement in response. Any content Robyn Brown shares through independent platforms is not affiliated with TLC. We are no longer involved. The network had wiped their hands clean. Then, to drive the final nail in the coffin, TLC aired a surprise bonus episode of Sister Strong titled Unmasked, Behind the Curtain of Robyn. In it, Christine watched the voicemails, shaking her head slowly. "This doesn't surprise me," she said quietly. "This is who she's always been." Janelle turned pale as Robyn's rage-filled voice played. Mary said only one sentence. She always said she was the victim. That was just her costume. Cody, too, responded on camera. At first, he was silent. Then slowly, his face fell into his hands. "I thought she was real. I thought Christine abandoned me. But now I see, long before Christine ever left me, I had already left her. I just didn't know it." He stood up, quietly walked away. And just like that, the era of Robyn Brown ended. Not with rumors, not with gossip, but with her own voice. Her YouTube channel disappeared. Her Instagram was deleted. Her book was pulled from shelves. Months later, paparazzi captured a blurry photo of her working at a small shop in Utah, wearing a different last name. No longer the queen of the franchise. No longer protected by tears. Just a woman left behind. Then, TLC dropped its boldest announcement yet. A mysterious 18-second teaser appeared across all platforms, soft piano music, two silhouetted figures walking across the Utah landscape. And then, in white text, coming soon, breaking the pattern, Aurora and Brianna Brown. The internet exploded, yes. The daughters were getting their own show. Breaking the pattern would follow Aurora and Brianna's journey from growing up under emotional manipulation to reclaiming their independence and identity, with special appearances from Christine, Janelle, and Mary. TLC confirmed it with a single line. A 6-part limited series following the healing journey of Aurora and Brianna Brown, two daughters finally free to tell the truth. No spin, no sobs, no victim mask. Just the truth, something Robyn never managed to give. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to Reality Recap for more updates on Sister Strong and everything the Brown family doesn't want you to know. Thanks for watching.